Hello, beautiful people. How are you? I am outside, so there is going to be more background noise than normal. So there's that. My father and I just got done building this beautiful gazebo in the backyard. So I'm currently existing in that space, and this is the very first time I am existing in this space. And I am alone. And I wanted to tap in for the collective and with the collective because I love you guys. So for me to be able to exist in this space, this type of energy has to exist in this space. So we're gonna start it off right away, right? I have some, if you see some smoke that's coming into the screen, I have some frankincense that is burning in the corner. So that is that. And I will be refilling it too throughout the reading. But before we pull cards, collective, I do have a couple downloads. And yeah, I have a couple downloads. So first one I want to talk about, let's get right into it. We don't need small talk today, right? I'm not good with it sometimes. Let's just get into it. Okay, so the other day I saw this post on social media because I am officially on Instagram now, more so for the business than for me, but we do what we have to do sometimes, and it's not that bad. I go on, I post, I see some things, and then I get off. I have time limits for everything. Here's me, and maybe that was brought up for a reason. Maybe some of you guys lately have been noticing the type of energy that you're putting into certain things that you don't want to. Put time limits on stuff to train yourself back, if that makes sense. Some things you can do cold turkey, but some things you have to have more patience with yourself and wean yourself off. I feel like that's a way to sort of see how you're going to fill in the gaps of stuff too, if that makes sense. Like, what are you filling that time in with? If you have a time frame, if you know how much time you generally spend doing something or on a certain thing, and you want to wean that back, and you're trying to build a different type of lifestyle, a different type of discipline, right? What I would do is I keep on seeing 15. I already prayed, by the way. I prayed before we came on here just because, like I said, I'm existing in this space for the first time. So I had the frankincense going and I was in prayer for the space. So if you guys are like, we haven't prayed, we will pray. We'll pray again. But I have already prayed. So I keep on seeing 15-minute number 15. Right? And like I'm seeing like a chart, like a graph chart, and wherever you're adjusting time, it's literally like a graph. Like you have names of the things that you're doing along here, and then down here is the time spent, right? That's how I'm seeing it. If you're taking back 15 minutes, let's say for social media in this space, what are you adding 15 minutes to? Are you adding it to something that already exists, or are you creating a new line? I hope this is making sense. It's literally the picture that I'm getting. Okay. So maybe just start with 15 minutes, collective. You don't have to go cold turkey. Sometimes it's better to rebalance yourself in increments. Trying to do it all at once can be extremely overwhelming. Obviously, clearly some of you are feeling this way. So think of it in those terms, and I think that perspective will help some of you to actually visualize how it is that you're going to. Because again, it's about a lifestyle. It's not just for a season, right? We're done with the just for a season phases, right? Some of us in the collective are done with that. Now we're in the phase where we're building the lifestyle. And I think that we were doing that already. We just didn't know at that point in time, which is beautiful if you think about the process that way. Like right now, we're not even thinking about a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. We're thinking about a lifestyle, the way that we want to exist in this dimension, in this plane of existence. We have to exist here, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Otherwise, this wouldn't be such a place to learn the lessons that we learn, right? And the kind of lessons that we learn in the human existence and the human being, right? They call it human being for a reason, because it's a state of being. Okay, that's that. We're going to leave that there. What I was going to bring up, though, initially, what I started off with wanting to talk about was I saw this post on social, and it was saying that if you are how was it put? It was put in the way that there is a split between the 5D and the 3D in our current way of existing. And what it was basically saying was that if you have people around you who are still existing in the 3D, then it is a must, it is imperative to separate yourself from these people. Like, cut them out of your life completely. I highly disagree with that. Sorry. Not sorry. I highly disagree with that train of thought. Why do you have to take such an extreme approach? That is an extreme approach to what type of shifts are happening on this plane. I hope I said that correctly. What type of shifts are happening now? My friend Moira, I've talked about her before. If you guys are not new here, you've heard me bring up Moira before. By the way, shout out to my subscribers. I love you guys. I think about you guys more than I think you know. And I know we're a small group here, but listen, I love it. I read for my people. For real. I love you guys. And thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Anyways, Moira one time said to me, if you cannot exist in a certain type of energy, let's talk about the Empress energy. Let's just take that as an example. If you cannot exist in your Empress energy around people who challenge that energy, then are you really the Empress in the first place? Like, honestly, ask yourself. Think about that scenario. Think about every single scenario basically in life. You're always put into, not always, sometimes you are put into situations where your energy and the reaction that you have towards a certain type of energy is going to be challenged. And why wouldn't it? Spirit has to do something to be able to make sure that you are about what it is that you say that you're about. Spirit also has to take opportunities to show you how spiritually strong and connected you actually are, right? Because first of all, if you're just in the grind, if you're just doing it, and you don't have an opportunity to take a step back and really see the work, right? It's just like when you're doing physical work, like building a gazebo. Every single day, my father and I, it took us 3 days to build the gazebo itself, right? After every single day, when we were done, we took a step back and looked at the work that we had done that day. And we were just intuitively thankful and also envisioning what tomorrow would bring, what tomorrow's end of day would look like. That is a form of being present. That is a form of manifesting. Why are we here? Why did I start talking about that? I totally just lost my train of thought. Holy hellcats. I'm sorry, collective. It'll come back. I just need to pause for a minute. I need to pause for a minute, clearly, because I really, honestly, just lost my complete train of thought. Holy hellcats. Sometimes I'm just like, how does that happen? How do you just instantly lose like the whole entire vision of what it was that you were just explaining? I have to ground myself more. That's what we were talking about. See how I just got my own little message within this? Though I have to ground myself more, because that shouldn't happen, to be honest. I have to do more grounding work. Okay. I'd be flying too high sometimes, apparently. I have to ground. Okay. Spirit, please bring me back. Let's go ahead and pray, and then we'll come back to it, okay? To what I was saying. Thank you guys again for being here. I love you. Spirit, I thank you. Man. I really do. I thank you for everything that is, for everything that isn't. Spirit, I thank you for this experience. I thank you for the lessons received and the lessons yet to come. Spirit, please allow me to ground in these messages so that I can fully explain that which it is that I need to explain to the collective from you, through me. I pray that any visions that I get, that I may see them clearly. I pray that anything that I may hear it clearly, that I may communicate it clearly to the collective so that they can receive it. I pray for the collective as a whole at this time. I pray that whatever scenario they find themselves in, they're able to find gratitude, they're able to have grace with themselves, they're able to intertwine and integrate and be present and visual at the same time, that balance. I pray that whatever secrets, we're going to pray about this because I've been pulling a lot about secrets that are coming out. I pray that any secrets that come to the collective's awareness, that they should receive it again with grace. Grace is a word. Having grace for yourself, collective, with grace. For themselves, for the people that they may receive it from, for the situation that they receive it in. Ancestors, guardian angels, spiritual teams, ascended masters, we thank you for all the work that you do with us, for us, and through us. Always connected to the Most High, to Spirit. Ashe. 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 Again, please allow me to ground. Please allow me to ground. Okay. I still lost it. I don't know what we were talking about. I keep on seeing pictures of it, but I'm losing it again. So we will probably just come back to that energy. We'll just come back to it. For some reason, the karmic cycle thing is being brought up. Now, this is a download that I had about, and I posted it on Instagram, about how the karmic cycle is actually a purification process. Because I believe that the average karmic cycle is 7 years. Some people, I've heard 6 though too, but for some reason I've been getting 7. And it just so happens that 7 is the first pure number in the numerology. It's gonna get me, man. It's gonna get me. Numerical Thank you. The numerical system. Numerological? That's not it. That's what I was wanting to say, though. The numerical system. Numerical system. Jeez. Whatever. The number system. 7 is the first pure number. So the way that I've been I've been downloading it it sounds weird, but a 7-year clock is what I've been seeing. A 7-year clock is what I've been seeing. Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely a purification process, the karmic cycle. And hopefully, I think that the reason why that needs to be brought up is I think that's giving you guys more of an understanding, giving you guys more hope as to why certain things take a certain amount of time. And I really think that part of it is like what we were talking about with building a lifestyle and doing things incrementally, right? Because you have to stumble and fall as you're figuring certain new things out, right? And I keep on seeing the ace card in the tarot of every single suit. Earth, air, fire, and water, the ace card. And I think the Fool is the spiritual ace card, right? So it's a beginning and an end. Certain things go in certain phases because they are a beginning and an end for a certain reason. And 7 seems to be when I say purification, I'm not talking about like the religious understanding of purification. I'm simply talking about a lesson that's learned, a new understanding, a new awareness. It's almost, I just heard awakening. It's like an awakening process. I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen before. I've had this happen to me a couple times. I don't know if this is considered a Kundalini awakening. I actually don't think it is, but it might be. But I remember one time I was standing in my kitchen and I was cooking and I was really thinking deeply about this subject, about this topic, about life at that point in time. And all of a sudden I just had this like, I don't know, it was like a surge of energy. And I'm not lying when I tell you that my vision became so clear physically. Like it was almost like a windshield wiper had just went shoop and just completely cleared my eye lens. And everything that I was looking at had more vibrance to it. It had more, I could see detail more clearly, right? My vision physically had an upgrade, but it felt like my body had this upgrade at the same time. This is literally what the 7-year karmic cycle purification, what I'm talking about when it comes to that. It's that type of, it's like an awakening process, right? So it takes time because you have to find balance. You have to be able to find the balance in the certain things and your awareness, your reaction. This is why we were just talking about the Empress energy. See, it comes full circle for a reason, and all of the trees just sang at the same damn time. That's my confirmation. Look. Okay? When you have those different understandings all coming together in one form, that is a certain level of energy that you're able to exist in, okay? If you cannot exist in that energy around people who are not actively seeking to exist in that energy, I'm sorry, but you have more to learn in that particular phase of your understanding and your awareness and your soul's lessons and your soul's ascension process. There's more that you have to learn. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, because it is a process, right? But that is part of the reason why we do come here, as a soul, as an experience, as an understanding. Again, with the trees and the wind, everything is saying yes. I don't know if you can hear the wind chimes in the back too. I'm waiting for these a gust to come and these ones right here go off. It will happen. So yeah, if you can't hold a certain type of energy around people who are not actively seeking that sort of lifestyle, that sort of connection, that sort of understanding themselves, then are you really ascended to the 5D awareness? Are you really ascended to the Empress energy? Are you really ascended to the High Priestess energy? Are you really a Hierophant? Right? Are you really these certain types of energies? It's understanding those energies and mastering them. If you're a master, you should be able to hold a certain type of demeanor about yourself, no matter the circumstances or situation. And this has to go into the understanding of language that's coming up. Language is extremely important right now. I don't know how to explain it yet. I will at some point. I know I've just like said certain things about it. I'm still understanding it. But I'm trying to bring it up because I don't want to just all of a sudden have this huge, like, sometimes it's easier for me to explain the process while I'm in the process of trying to understand a certain thing, because then that way, if you guys understand something before I do too, please God, please put it in the comments below. If you don't like to comment on videos but you want to let me know, again, I'm on Instagram now, so you can message me there, or you can literally honestly just email me, info@AscendingLifestyle.com. Those are the only emails and the only notifications that I get instantly. It's my business. Like everything else, like even I don't get any type of notifications for nothing but my email. So if you guys ever, at a certain point when we're going on this process together, if you guys ever understand something before I do, please share. Or if you have a different perspective, right? Because another part of understanding, another part of ascension, another part of awareness is being able to understand different perspectives. This is why we're put into different scenarios in our life, so that we have an opportunity to understand and see how we will react in different perspectives, in different situations, and how we carry ourselves and the lessons that we learned through that. I feel like I haven't stopped talking since I turned this thing on, and we're 25 minutes in. Holy hellcats. There's a lot to come out, you guys. Holy hellcat seems to be my words today, too. I haven't said it so much, ever. Holy hellcats it is. It's funny. Oh, we are vibing. Should we get some cards? I think we should get some cards. Let's pull some cards, okay? I'm gonna have some water. This is so peaceful. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful, honestly. So grateful. All right, I'm gonna push you guys back a little bit just so that I have some space. Cover myself. You seem a little far away back there. See, it's my dad's shirt. We've been building all the things for the past 4 days. And it's done. Okay, also, I did finally finish the website, you guys. So the website is done, okay? Teas are up, bath salts are up, my oil is up, which I have right here. I kind of wanted to introduce the Reawakened oil. I'm not too fond of the label. I'm gonna upgrade the label because you can't really read the ingredients, but again, it's all a process, right? But I do only have 5 of these left. I use this for my face and neck 2 times a week, Sundays and Wednesdays. It's definitely, if you're going to use it as a beauty product, it's a less is more type of product personally, because I have sensitive skin. So I just found that if I use it too much, just like anything else, my skin tends to break out. So 2 times a week has been the perfect, like Sundays and Wednesdays, okay? Face and neck after I get out of the shower, before I go to bed. That's when I use it. I have used it as a day oil. It's beautiful because it actually doesn't leave your skin oily in any way, shape, or form. There is frankincense in it. So the frankincense will open up your pores more deeply, and it acts as an activator, and it also allows all of the other ingredients to do what it is that they do at a higher level. So it's a beautiful thing. It's great for your skin. It's good for aging. It's good for wrinkles. And frankincense is, honestly, I have it burning here. It's just magic. Plant magic. Straight up. My friend Jazz, she told me that she actually was using it on her third eye before meditation. And she also told me that this has helped her, I think she said, with her anxiety. It's helped her with it. There is lang lang in it, so lang lang is very good with anti-anxiety. There was another thing. Oh, I got this download. I actually put this on the website. I got a download as well that you should put this on your feet before yoga. I haven't tried it yet, but I am doing Jazz's yoga class on Sunday, tomorrow. So if you guys don't follow her, she's absolutely incredible. I love her so much. Her channel is Hourglass by Jazz. She does collective readings. She has a spiritual, I think she has candles. She has a candle shop, but she also teaches yoga classes. And I'm not lying when I tell you, she is literally the best yoga instructor I have ever had. And I'm not lying. I've been to many yoga studios. I've done yoga online. I do yoga. I have a yoga app, right? Best teacher I've ever had. She's incredibly talented, and her meditations are fantastic. So if you like yoga and you're interested, I would definitely head over there. But since I'm doing a yoga class tomorrow, I am going to try and put this on the bottom of my feet and just see why I got that download. So that's this. There's a bunch of wonderful things in here. I also put red sandalwood in there too. Red sandalwood bark, and the chips are actually in the oil. So when you're done with the product, if you can get that red sandalwood bark out of the jar, you can use it as, I don't know if you guys have heard of, like, back in the day they used to use potpourri. It's called a sachet, I believe, but it's basically like potpourri for your bedroom drawers and your closets and stuff like that. So you can use it as that, or you can save it if you want. Red sandalwood is like a fine wine. The older it gets, the better it gets. So you can save it if you want to and burn it later, whatever it is that you are intuitively guided to do. But I just want to let you know, if you do get some of this, if you purchase it, the red sandalwood is in there for you to utilize later on as well. Another thing that I'm thinking about doing temporarily until I figure out shipping, because right now I have shipping at $10 because shipping is expensive. I did just find a lot of people do stamps.com. I'm going to try it so that I can get cheaper shipping costs. So I will put shipping down to $7 for now. If I can get it lower, I will get it lower. But at this point in time, I think that even at $7, I'm going to be eating some of that cost. So I might bump it back up to 10, because even at 10, if somebody orders a medium box, it costs at least, well, if I just go into the post office, it would cost $22. If I go to stamps.com, I think it's $14. So I would still be eating cost. So just wanted to let you guys know that, because for some reason shipping cost has been on my mind lately. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. Also, sorry we're doing like this interlude before we get into the cards, but I just wanted to let you guys know as well, I did make a new option for readings. So if you are uncomfortable, if you need a personal reading but you're uncomfortable with face-to-face readings, I did put an offer on there to do a video like this. I'll sit and do it whenever I have time to do it, whenever I'm called to do it. Within 7 days of purchase is when I will get it to you. But I will pre-record it and I will send it to you via email, or I might do Google links. I still have to figure the sharing part out, but we'll figure that out as we go. That's not of concern to me. So that is up there if you guys are interested in that as well. So 2 options there. Let's get some cards going. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, my name is Sarah Davis. I am the founder and CEO of AscendingLifestyle.com. And that's what I'm talking about with the oils. I make teas, oils, bath salts. I do have a it's called the Winter Hydration line. It is a beauty line, so it's body butter, lip scrub, and lip balm with a facial cleanser. So I do make that, but that is per order. That is not something that I just make regularly. So there's that, all the plugs. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it, Spirit. I'm loving this reading. I'm loving this space. Okay. Spirit, what are some messages that you would like for me to relay to the collective at this time? I keep on hearing you covered it. This is gonna sound really crazy, but I think I found a portal in my backyard, in my woods. It's 3 trees aligned in a triangle. And you know what I'm gonna do with that space? I'm gonna clear it out, and I'm gonna plant wildflower seeds back there, like in the portal space. Could you imagine if someone was like jumping out of a portal and they just landed in a bed of fucking wildflowers? Like, how beautiful would that be? What a beautiful entrance or exit. Like, come on now. What the hell? You guys are getting like my crazy ideas. See, this is something that I wouldn't tell my family. My family would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's funny, but I can tell you guys all day long, straight up. I'm doing that. I should take a picture and post it on YouTube just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I was back there digging up rocks, and I just looked up, and all I heard was portal. And I was like, fuck me. That's so cool. I was like, wildflowers, yes. All right, let's get a card, please. My weirdness is coming out. Thank you so much. I'm truly, truly grateful. Oh, you want to come? I know. I know. Look. First card out is calm. 7. Come on now. Stop playing with me. And then abundance. 1. The beginning and the end. I just heard ace card. Abundance. These karmic lessons. Look at the way she's standing in this card. It's like she knows who she is. There is a grace, there is a confidence, there is new life, there is new growth. She's got her head wrapped like she is lifestyle. I just heard life. She is lifestyle. Lifestyle. And then the abundance that's growing in around her, and she figures out and intertwines into that lifestyle. I just heard she transforms. For some reason, I'm getting this, her transforming. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys ever heard that song. It's called Luna by, fuck, what's her name? I think it's Nico. I think that's her name. I don't know if that's how you say it. I apologize if I got that completely wrong. But there's a song called Luna. If you've never heard it, I would listen to it. It's so beautiful. And then we got message of guidance, loss, peace, and warning. We have warning in here. Oh, this brought me to that. Okay, thank you so much. So this is just like an awareness thing. The other day, yesterday, I was doing self-divination, and I pulled the devil card. But the way that I got the cards together was the devil card had nothing to do with any of the energy of the other cards. It was just at the top of the spread, overlooking and just watching all of the energy, all of the other energy that I was personally moving through and going through, right? So it's just an awareness, and this has to do with what we were talking about with tests. The devil has a job to test you. You have to be tested so that you can understand that it's a confirmation for you and spirit, right? Spirit first and you. You have to be, sometimes you have to prove to yourself that you are who it is and what it is that you think you are. And sometimes you have to be shown that you're not actually who it is and what it is that you think you are, right? That is the point. That is the purpose. That is why the devil exists. It's in complete balance. You can't always just be like, just frolicking through the fucking flowers. That's not how it works, right? That's not the point. That's not the point of it all, is what I just heard. Right? So it's just a reminder. It's just a reminder that there are tests. There has to be tests during this, right? And things, right? Because we're getting lighter as beings, some of us. We talk about 5D and all this shit. That means you're getting lighter as a being. And what happens when the light gets lighter? The dark gets darker. The dark gets darker, and it's new terrain, it's new territory that we don't understand. But then there's a message of guidance here. Your ancestors have a lot of fucking knowledge of what's going on right now, collective. So if you haven't taken the time recently to tap in, if you haven't taken the time, I just heard just have faith. Having the faith, right? That they're there to help you. Look, and this is 369, and this is loss. Guidance and loss. I'm getting this as a progression. Like the guidance that you're seeking right now in regards to whatever new energy, whatever old energy you're trying to move away, whatever it is that you are cleansing yourself of, this could be a whole healing process right now. This initial asking for help on moving that energy, look at, this is 369, right? It's a whole process. And the steps that you're taking during this process to help yourself heal and asking for guidance and moving the loss is going to bring you to an energy of peace. And then abundance is at the bottom of the fucking deck with calm. And then the warning is here to remind you that you are going to be tested during this process. But again, if this is a purification process, you have to be tested. That energy has to be tested, right? I just heard new energy, so we're gonna move off of this. This is beautiful though, collective. This is really beautiful. We're gonna use a totally new deck. I just heard one more energy and then we're gonna call it. Okay? I got some stuff to do. I gotta repot one of my tomato plants this afternoon because it's the first time we're ever growing this type of cherry tomato, so we're keeping it separate out of the beds. Actually, it's the first time we're growing a few of the tomatoes that we've planted, so we just don't know how the plants are gonna, how big they're gonna get, how much they spread, the spacing between them, right? So it's a lot of experimentation happening. Okay. All right, a lot of experimentation happening. First card out. The universe is your partner. The universe is your partner. Maybe this needs to be an affirmation for some of you. The universe is my partner. The universe is my partner. A third time, the universe is my partner. Understanding that, holding that energy, believing that, having faith in it, it'll make you move different, right? I just saw someone like it'll make you move different. It's gonna have you move with a different confidence, right? You're gonna walk into a room differently. You're gonna affect the energy of a room differently, right? That's another reason why we can't separate ourselves from the collective, from the other part of the collective. We can't do that. The reason why we're spread out is for a reason, right? Our energy is so strong that it can affect not just the people that we live with, it can affect the people that we walk into a room to, right? I can walk into a restaurant and change the energy. The fuck? Understanding that about yourself. I just heard energy exchange, right? Make sure also too right now, this is something that I will say when it comes to the relationships that are closest to you. Make sure and pay attention to the type of energy exchanges that you have with people. Some people in your family, maybe they do need to be cut off, right? The energy exchange is off. Maybe some people, maybe a partner that you have, the energy exchange is off. Pay attention to that, right? And either it's something that you fix, that you work on together, or it's something that you separate yourself from. That's an individual decision that you have to make, but pay attention to the energy exchanges at this time. If you're truly a high priestess, if you're truly an empress, you know how to protect your energy when you go into certain spaces. That is a part of the fucking purification process. That is a part of the process itself. And I literally just saw, like, instead of the ancestors having to, I just keep on seeing, I put hands on, right? You know when people are like cloaking you, I don't know, they do this in like some churches, I think. Well, I know they do, because they've tried to, anyways, when people say put their hands on you spiritually, it's like praying over you, right? So instead of the ancestors having to put their hands on your energy and protecting that while you're in certain spaces, when you come to a certain level, you have enough spiritual and energetic strength to be able to do that yourself, so that the ancestors at that time can go off and do whatever else it is that they need to do. It's like less attention is needed for certain ancestors. Some ancestors won't even introduce themselves to you if you are not at an energetic strength anyways, because they're not supposed to. I just heard there's levels to this shit. There really is different ancestors, just like there's different spiritual teams, right? Spiritual teams don't stay with you throughout your spiritual journey, right? Some come in, some come out. Ancestors, I don't think that they necessarily leave, but certain ancestors won't even present their energy to you until you are ready to handle that energy, because I'm telling you, like, the more you help the ancestors heal, the more ancient they get. It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe. Again, I just heard lighter is lighter, darker is darker. Like, I can't tell you the type of, I've met some dark priestesses in my ancestry line. They're wicked cool, man. They're so cool though. I love them. I'm still getting to know them. It's kind of touch and go with them. So I don't push anything. I just figure I continue to do what I'm doing now. They've already like made a passing acknowledgement, a head nod towards me, right? But I take it as it comes. Look at this. Grace. Wasn't I just saying this though? The word grace, having grace with yourself. Understanding, I also heard this with understanding of your energy. Understand that you walking into a room, if you have that type of energy, you walking into a room is a very generous act on your part. It sounds cocky, but it's not meant to be cocky. You just have to understand. You can be humble in this energy. You don't have to be, you don't have to tap into that lower vibrational stuff. You can be humble in this energy. I feel like a bee just landed on me. I swear to God, I just saw a bee, but there's none. Okay. Look, and then we have 9. Again, taking a higher perspective, being able to understand different energies, because you yourself are put into different situations to understand those energies, right? And then we have moving towards adventure. I just heard don't squabble for what's not yours. This is another for the higher perspective too. Also, I just heard ask your ancestors for the higher perspective. For some reason, I just keep on getting this picture of the ancestors diverting your attention away from like the squabbles, right? You are looking at something and the ancestors are looking at something completely different. And remember, the ancestors work through the Most High, right? The ancestors work through the Most High. So what they're looking at, the spirit is looking at, which is something that you should actually be looking at. So they are going to divert your attention towards something that you are meant to and you should be completely diving into. This can be a new adventure, this can be a new career, this can be a new relationship with yourself and with others, so within, so without. There's something new that the ancestors want to bring you towards. But remember, you have to ask for that guidance. That is where that partnership comes from too. If you want to truly be a partner with spirit, right? Spend time with spirit. Talk to spirit. Have those conversations. You don't have to be on your knees and like doing all of that, right? You can literally just be driving down the road and having a conversation with spirit. I mean, how do you think I talk to spirit? Sometimes it's a little bit more formal, but I'm telling you, a lot of times it's just me just fucking going on and on. Straight up. Ancestors are laughing. It's the truth though. It's the truth. Why should I not be able to talk to spirit like my best friend? Spirit has literally seen me in my lowest in places where that nobody else has seen me. No other person. No one in this dimension has seen me in. Spirit has. Some of my ancestors haven't even seen me in that type of energy. Spirit has, right? I just heard the song, I heard it through the grapevine. How much longer would you be mine? Why did that just come out? I feel like maybe some of your ancestors are coming, maybe some of you are being introduced to new ancestors and they're kind of coming in like that. Like they told me that you healed this, this, and this within the ancestry line. And, you know, we're older, right? We're older. The way we move is a little different than what you are accustomed to, as just what I heard. Jesus Christ, my words are getting mumbled. I think it's about that time to end this. I heard through the grapevine. How much longer would you be mine, baby? I heard through the grapevine. Just about to lose my mind. Honey, yeah. Heard it through the grapevine. How much longer would you be my baby? Ooh. Heard it through the grapevine. How much longer would you be my baby? Alright, guys. I think I'm done. I think we're done. That was a good reading. That was a good energy pull. If you guys need me, you know where to find me. You can leave a comment below. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up. It really does help for other people to get the message too. And yeah, I love you guys. I know it's kind of a weird ending, but my communication is getting mumbled. It's time for me to kind of just like chill, sit back and appreciate. Okay? I love you guys. I will see you soon.